Venezuela, Iran, causing a huge geopolitical risk in global oil markets. What does it mean for how the markets will react in the future?
Well, I think there's a lot of focus on the fundamental impact of Venezuela, the fundamental impact of Iran. The geopolitical impact is by far the larger impact. And I think you need to think about this not through the lens of the Americans, who are a big exporter of oil, but through the lens of the Europeans, the Chinese, and the Indians, who are big importers of oil. The world just got a lot more riskier. The way I like to liken it was when the Americans and Europeans froze the central bank assets of Russia, we saw a huge demand for gold because dollars became risky. This is identically the same thing for oil and all of the raw materials and real assets, because they are becoming a lot more dangerous. Yeah. So I'm China. I felt pretty secure about oil underneath the ground, whether if it was in Venezuela or in the world before. Today, I'm no longer. I want oil above ground. Right. And so the risk, they take it.
But so what does that mean? What does China do? And actually, is the outlook more bullish for oil full stop?
Yeah, I mean, the market's got a record short based upon this oil supply glut. Let me remind you that oil supply glut is floating in dark fleet ships in places like the South China Sea. So if I were China, I'm looking at this and it got a lot more dangerous. Where am I going to go? Mine, take it all. And they bring it in. They already own most of those ships. Chinese insurance, Chinese payment systems. So the odds of this thing disappearing and people beginning to hoard, I think, is a lot higher than what it was even a week ago.